Next, I would like to introduce Norman Junebug Robinson, class of 2000. The high level of play of June's teammates and of June and his teammates in the defensive backfield inspired him to set Cardinal football records. Some of those records still stand today, but nothing is more valuable to him than the history of team excellence that he helped create. Let's watch Norman's video. It's my honor to induct Norman into the Athletic Hall of Fame.
When Jim Miller called me with the news that I was being inducted into the Hall of Fame, to say I was shocked is an understatement. This is truly a great honor. I appreciate the Hall of Fame committee for even considering me for this recognition, and I am deeply humbled. When anyone congratulates me on being inducted into the Hall of Fame, I'm quick to say this is a collective effort, because I know I couldn't be in this position without the help of so many people. There are a number of people that have been instrumental in my football career, as well as my life, which has turned me into the person standing here today, and I want to pay homage to them. My first 2 to 3 years playing football at North Central was played strictly off my athletic ability, in my opinion. It wasn't until my senior year that I learned the true value of preparation. I think I watched so much film on the opposing team that I knew what they were going to do before they did. I feel that helped me elevate my game during my senior year. I took those values into everyday life, and even for this ceremony, I watched videos on past Hall of Fame speeches to get some ideas, and one that stood out was Tyke Spencer when he said, "Like every smart man, I would first like to thank my beautiful wife, and it would be no different for me today." So, I would first like to thank my beautiful wife, Katrina, who is also a North Central alum. We started dating in high school, and before then, I don't think I ever saw her at a football game. But after that, I don't think I ever not saw her at a football game. It's funny because after I graduated is when I think she forgot everything she knew about football. She didn't want to have anything to do with football after that. But that just goes to show me that she was just there to support me in whatever I love doing. So she's been a true constant in my life, and I just want to say thank you and I love you. To my daughters, Courtney and Kendall, when Daddy tells you to do something, you are now being told by a Hall of Famer. I went to a job conference in Utah a couple of weeks ago, and the owner of the company let the cat out of the bag about me being inducted into the Hall of Fame. And all throughout the trip, most of my coworkers were coming up with all types of creative ways to call me Hall of Famer. And at first, I'm like, oh man, guys, enough's enough. But after a while, I'm like, that does have a ring to it. So now I got to try to use that to my advantage to make my daughters do what I want them to do. So, what can't I say about this next person? She is strong, beautiful, kind. I mean, I can go on and on. But from grade school to high school, college, and even now at my daughter's volleyball games, I can always hear my mom in the stands. I mean, loud, very loud. She was my biggest cheerleader. I got my confidence from my mom. She always told me and my brothers that we can do anything we put our minds to, and she's a living example of that. I always challenge her on making different dishes because she's into catering, and she never disappoints. This lady is truly amazing in all aspects of life, and I'm glad that God chose her to be my mom. I grew up in a home with 3 brothers, and when I say competition was at an all-time high, it was through the roof. We competed at everything from sports to video games and anything in between. They made me hate losing because if I lost to them, I wouldn't hear the end of it. We made each other want to be better and the best in anything that we did, and that's where I got my competitive edge from. I would like to thank Deshaun, Zedric, and Michael for instilling that in me. When I first got to North Central, I didn't know what to expect. It was a tough transition coming from Chicago to Naperville, but I'll say this, the guys on my football team my freshman year made that transition so smooth, it was as if I've been knowing them for years. The relationships that I've built playing football at North Central have been lifelong, and it is evident that some of my teammates are in the crowd today, and I just want them to know that I appreciate them for all of their support, because without them, I wouldn't be standing up here today, so thank you guys. I would like to give a special thanks to one of my best friends, Brian Lee, for accepting me as a brother the first day I stepped foot on campus. Brian Lee was an all-conference cornerback the year before I got to North Central, and when I got here, he took me under his wing. I learned so much from Brian Lee that I even broke the career interception record my senior year. Until this day, Brian Lee tells me that 50% of my interceptions are due to the fact that the other team didn't want to throw the ball to his side of the field. And I can honestly admit today that he is right. But it doesn't matter anymore because Shane Durkin holds that record, so there's that. Bear with me, guys, but I would like to thank coaches Larry Buckley, Al Scott, Reggie Evans, Jesse Chick, Lamont Haynes, Bill Mack, Joe DeGeorge, Lawrence Wayne, Jim Miller, and all of the coaches that have had a hand in my athletic success. It wasn't until I was a graduate assistant that I saw the amount of hard work and dedication that goes into coaching. Coaching is not an easy job, and I'm forever grateful for all that you guys have done. Thanks. There are a number of family, friends, in-laws, co-workers, and countless others that have supported me for years, and that still holds true to this day, as many of them have taken time out of their busy schedule to come all of this way to see me being inducted. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart, and this doesn't go unnoticed. I appreciate you guys. Lastly, if it wasn't for my father who is no longer with us, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. He is the true definition of sacrifice. During my senior year in high school, he used to walk to work while I drove to school. There are countless examples of his sacrifice, but that just goes to show you that my dad made things happen for us, even if it meant him going without. My father's name is Norman as well, and I can remember him telling my mom that he loves coming to the games because when they say my name over the speaker, it's as if they were talking about him. Well, now he can hear them say our name as Norman Robinson, North Central College Hall of Famer. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations, Norman.